D-Lo 404 Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to Marlowe's Corner, Trey X, and the whole block fam. All right, so we all know that Dillian Whyte has been pretty much inactive, sitting on the shelf since his fight on, I think it was December 7th on the Joshua and Ruiz Jr. undercard. Really hasn't announced anything. Right now, they're just basically putting out surveys or putting out a list of people that they want to fight. And of that list, initially there was Povetkin, Andy Ruiz Jr., and I can't remember who the other person was. Maybe, no, I don't remember the other person, so I'm not gonna guess that. But anyway, so, but basically it kind of was boiling down to Andy Ruiz Jr. and Povetkin. And Dillian Whyte, I think, preferred the Povetkin fight. Eddie Hearn preferred the Ruiz Jr. fight. But now we know that Dillian Whyte and his team, according to reports, had made an offer to Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy wasn't pleased with the offer and basically turned it down because he wanted more money for the fight. We know that Andy made some decent money for the AJ, I don't say decent, some great money for the AJ fight. So for him, he's not trying to fight for less money, but that's his issue. I'm not getting all that. But my point is, for whatever reason, Andy turned down the fight. And that being the case, Dillian Whyte I just saw him trolling Andy on Twitter, basically replying to one of Andy's posts where Andy was just talking about, you know, what he did wrong going into the AJ fight and how he wants to redeem himself and things he's going to try to do to right that wrong in terms of his preparation and his approach to the sport, and basically trying to make wrong the naysayers and detractors. Well, Dillian Whyte comes out and says something along the lines of, you know, quit talking so much, we made you an offer, and you know, basically like, you know, accept our offer and make the fight. I mean, we all know it doesn't work that way in boxing. I mean, if you make an offer and if a guy's not happy with the offer that was presented and he doesn't take that offer, you coming out on social media telling him he needs to take the offer isn't going to work. That's not going to make him take that offer. If he rejected your offer, then you need to be inquiring as to why he rejected the offer. Right now, we know that Andy, and you could present him with a different offer, but we also know that Andy just fired Manny Robles, so Andy's gonna be changing trainers. Reports are, according to Blue Blood Sports TV, shout out to Blue Blood, he's going with Teddy Atlas. So, with that being the case, he's gonna have to get in line with his trainer, make sure they're on the same page before they even start entertaining any offers. I think Dillian needs to basically give the man time to get situated, because evidently Dillian's not in a rush to fight. Eddie Hearn's talking about Dillian Whyte fighting in like April, May time frame, maybe even June. So with that being the case, he wasn't in a rush to get an opponent. And that said, with the way we saw Dillian Whyte look in his last fight, he needs to be worried more about his conditioning and getting himself in fighting shape even before making another fight. Not to say he can't do that in camp, but apparently that didn't work out for him against Whyte, so he needs to start a little early. But that said, I hope these two can come together and make the fight. But as far as Dillian Whyte, you know, running around doing all this talking and still, you know, using the moniker the Can Man, and if Dillian Whyte fights Andy Ruiz Jr., it will be his best opponent to date. You know, I mean, I think him fighting Andy Ruiz Jr. right now is a better opponent than him fighting Joshua when they were both prospects, because Andy's proven, he's a former champion. He'll be the first person of that ilk that Dillian Whyte has faced. And that would be a big step up from some of the cans that the Can Man has been fighting. And you know, I know he's fought Joseph Parker, but to me, Andy Ruiz Jr. beat Joseph Parker and is a better fighter than Joseph Parker. You know, that said, we saw what Joseph Parker did to to Dillian Whyte late in their fight. I mean, he almost stopped him. So Dillian Whyte, while he talks as if he's head and shoulders over everyone in the heavyweight division, Dillian Whyte is in tough fights every time he goes out. He's in a tough fight, no matter what the level of opposition is. He finds himself in a nip and tuck, back and forth battle, because that's the level Dillian Whyte's on. He fights at a certain level, and he doesn't have another gear to go to separate himself from the opposition. All he can depend on is hoping that he can land a Sunday punch and get him out of there. But that's all I got to say on Dillian Whyte. I'm sick of this guy. We should just go ahead and get a fight made with somebody. If Andy's not going to take the fight, then make the fight with Povetkin. That's who you want to fight anyway. Go ahead and make that fight. Y'all been building them back up on Matchroom cards. Make that fight and get it over with. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.